One people, one planet, one love, one family, one people, one planet, one love, one family. Good morning and welcome to SoulCall Sunday. My name is Lisa Ferrero. I'm the founder and spiritual director of SoulCall Global. So glad you could join us this morning, this Memorial weekend. And we want to give a shout out to everyone who is traveling this weekend. If you're listening to this on a live stream somehow, be careful, pay attention to where you're going. But we also want to, from our hearts, send out a prayer of grateful thanksgiving to the people, the men and women who served this country and enable us to enjoy life on planet Earth in human form with some degree of peace, defending the rights of people we call Americans from all over the world who find their way to the United States of America and now call it home. We welcome everyone wherever you are on your spiritual path from whichever culture of the world you come from, and practice this thing we call life. Just know that you're welcomed here and we celebrate you. And this morning, the talk is going to be on holding space and the idea of this divine remembrance, the memorial day in our consciousness where we can remember who we truly are, what we're made of, where we come from, where we are in this in-between space, and where we're going to, perhaps. So on this Memorial Day, may we find the sacred remembrance of self, capital S, self, through the practices of the weekend, maybe the people we get to spend time with. May they elevate our thinking. May they, I don't know, synergize in a spiritual nature, like a zing of joy and remembrance. May that be the kind of party you go to if you go on a picnic or something like that this weekend. Hopefully you're picnicking with people who lift your spirits and raise your consciousness. That could be great. It might just be nature itself. That's always a good one. Yeah. So this morning, as we do every Sunday, we're going to welcome in one of our Qigong masters to teach us a meditation practice that incorporates body, mind, and spirit energy. To remember that we are triune in nature as human beings. We have access to all of it, including the vibration that keeps us on planet Earth, which is a valuable place to be, holding space in these beautiful physical forms we call humans, human beings. That's where we are right now. So incorporating that fully and getting the sense of the energy and the power we have as human beings. We're going to welcome Deborah Weisenberger-Lippitz to take us through a Qigong practice this morning.
We continue with the small mountain. So please, with the eyes opened, look forward, stretching the vision from inside the mind's home through Yin Tang, out to merge with infinite space. From there, gather all the healing chi, love, good wisdom, and pull it back through Yin Tang to the center of the head, and very gently close the eyes. Merging inside the mind's home. From there, place your attention to the top of the head, Ba Hui, expanding up to infinite space, gathering all the healing chi, love, good information, and pull it down through Ba Hui into the mind's home, and from there, shining through, illuminating the entire body with healing chi, light, to the bubbling spring of each foot, and open up to merge with earth chi, and all the way through to infinite space. Gather Huanyang Chi, good wisdom, and pull it up, up into the center of our being. Now we are connected above, grounded below, and merged as one, heart to heart and mind to mind. Slowly move the hands behind the back, touching the palms. Fold the fingers, straighten the arms, place the mind's consciousness between the shoulder blades, and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Squeeze, squeeze, small mountain. Now relax the shoulders completely. Everything uniting, transforming, opening. Again, straighten the arms. Mind's consciousness between shoulder blades, chin tucked in, merged with the neck, and squeeze the shoulder blades. Squeeze, squeeze. Now completely relax the shoulders. Relax the hands to both sides and observe from above the head the entire chi body, inside and out. Slowly move the hands to the front. This huge chi field. Palms facing inward. Then cross hands to the navel. Palm upon palm on top of navel. Nourish chi. Entire inside, united, transformed, altered with chi. Relax hands to both sides. Gently open the eyes and smile from the inside out.
Smiling from the inside out and creating space, holding space is the topic for today. And in that place of opening and allowing for a greater flow of energy through us, keeping us clear and moving, alive, vibrating, moving, teeming with life. Please enjoy this meditation and following your breath, just inhale love, exhale love. Fill me with your love.
Fill me with your love. Fill me with your love. Fill me to overflow with your love. Fill me with your love. Fill me with your love. Fill me to overflowing with your love. Overflowing, overflowing. Fill me to overflow with your love. Fill me with your love. Fill me with your love. Fill me to overflow with your love. Fill me with your love. Fill me with your love. Fill me to overflowing with your love. Overflowing, overflowing. Fill me to overflowing with your love.
Opening into that filled to overflowing. May we be filled with the love of infinite creator, God, goddess, father, mother, friend, beloved God. All that we do, all that we think, all that we say, all resonates and vibrates in the one cosmic intelligence as love. And as we open to love and share love, more love finds its way to us. May we be the divine Taurus, receiving and churning out love, just constantly being the one who circulates that cosmic, beautiful energy of love. Now and always. Om Shanti. Peace. Amen. Good morning again. If you're just joining us, the talk this morning is going to be on holding space. We hear people say, I'm going to hold space for the vision for, and creating space and holding the space. And I started to contemplate what that might mean. And so we're going to look today at what holding space could mean, the ways in which we as human beings hold space or open to space, and who and what we are in space, and that ultimate freedom in awakening in total space. So just combining all of that, and these are everything I just listed as if there's an order to it. There is a divine order to the cosmic universe, and that's kind of hard to argue whether we understand it or not. People's approach to it from a 360, it is what it is, but depending on where we are, our point of view is a little different. But it's tough to argue with the idea that there is something greater than we are, but we're also part of it. It's part of us. And our piece of this space, this cosmic consciousness, this creation, if you will, is an important one. And so I wanted to give this talk today on Memorial Day so that we can sync it up to, may we remember who we are while we are still in form, so we can get the juice, so to speak, out of what it is to be in human form, and to recognize that we're really not limited in any way. I'm going to paraphrase a quote from Albert Einstein, but whether it's religion or art or any form of expression, ultimately leads to, it's many branches of one tree, that one tree of cosmic consciousness. And in it, each one of us comes to life in a different way. And when we realize that these branches create freedom, who can live in total freedom? If we can remember who we are, capital S, on Memorial Day, it's to have that opportunity of allowing for the spaciousness of consciousness. Rumi would refer to it, one of the favorite songs I get to sing is, "You are the wide blue sky. Don't pretend it isn't true. We can see it in your eyes. Turn with the stars above you." So many ways that we work in space. If you're talking about physics and astrophysics, we can talk a little bit about, there are ideas and theories out there that suggest that for as many stars as there are in the sky, there are human beings on the planet. And that when a star burns out, it becomes a black hole. And I think about that, and I think if you've ever lost someone, not lost, you don't lose them in the cosmos. They just let go of this physical form. This life form kind of burns out and they shed the form. It feels like a black hole for a while. The depth of the pain is equal to the depth of the love for that individual, and then some. It's such a fantastic, multi-dimensional, simultaneous experience of pain and pleasure. This plane, maybe that's what that means, pleasure and pain at the same time. It's this realization that happens, though, as if somebody opened up the vortex, the permanent portal of your consciousness, of my consciousness, into a space that is forever, ever was, ever will be. It's that divine realization that many of the great mystics talk about. When we get into a place where we can experience that, we are holding space, meaning we are holding the creation, the door open to a greater idea. So when Erika and I would sing songs, we would work out our harmonies. We had this way of trying to construct them with harmonic resonances that opened up worlds, a vortex of sound. We could see that with triangles. Bach did it by just repeating themes, but openings, making triangles in places with music that opened between worlds to help us get to the other dimension that we incorporate and that we can experience in human form. And I always point higher. It's just a higher pitch, but it's deeper in. It's doing this at the same time. And there we are in the middle, the particle. It would be concentric circles, if you will, as if we were particle operating on the planet. As we move our bodies as the particle, the force field we create around us creates this electromagnetic field of the consciousness we're thinking. Henry Ford, I believe, was the one that said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Whatever we put into this field, our thoughts create our world. If thoughts are things, and they're like boomerangs. What goes around comes around. That's what people say. I've heard somebody say, what comes around goes around. Like, well, not if you don't want it to. Somebody could put something in your field, and if you just let it hit you and let it fall to the wayside, you don't have to circulate thoughts that never belonged to you in the first place. So remembering our immortality this Memorial Day, I am changeless, I am infinite, I am not a little mortal being with bones to break and a body that will perish. I am deathless, changeless, infinite. It's Paramahansa Yogananda. Those of you who are joining us on Monday Night Meditations, we're really going deep as a group, getting into the greater awareness and realization of these words. I am changeless. I am infinite. I am not the little one. If you tune in with the thought of God and hit the nail of delusion with the hammer of right thoughts of truth, capital T truth, you can overcome delusion. And by delusion, Yogananda is talking about you can overcome these small ideas that I am this limited form. So in our ego consciousness, which is not a bad thing, it's the recognition that my name's Lisa in this lifetime, And I need to protect my organism so that I can experience the cosmos in this beautiful form that I've been given. So I take care of it. I give it what it needs. Yogananda also said, toss the dog a bone. Like, if you got to eat something, eat and forget about it. But don't forget the connection to Godhead, God, Source, Goddess, whatever you call it. That's where the charge is with everything we do. So holding space and creating space. If right now you inhaled and allowed yourself, like as if you're blowing yourself up like a balloon, when you inhaled, you are this balloon, and allowed yourself to expand to fill the room you're sitting in, or if you're outside, maybe your yard or your condominium complex, wherever you find your beautiful human form placed at this moment. When you inhale, allow it to stretch out. We begin to experience cosmic consciousness in a way that we're not held to our physical form. And light pours out of us too, literally P-O-U-R-S through our P-O-R-E-S S's, right? We've got skin, but we've got pores. We are porous in nature. I've said this before. Recognizing that as we walk, we can be this force field of love and light. We are limited in no way. So just like music, you can't hold music in your hand, but you can experience it. You can't hold love in your hand, but you can hold someone else's hand and fill it with the love of your being. We can do these things. But recognizing that we can stretch and create more space to fill ourselves with more love. I know with my students, when I was teaching voice lessons and even spiritual mentoring, for people who have a hard time staying grounded and occupying their space, I called it the Occupy movement. And whatever their name was, mine would be like the Occupy Lisa movement. If I step into a room, I am there to hold the space of the form, but also the love that I bring to the room. So I would say, as you step through the threshold of a door, allow your consciousness as you step into a room to just pop out and fill the room. Fill the room. And sometimes if you're driving to a place, I would put my consciousness ahead of myself and stretch it out to where I was going and fill the space with love before I got there. So that whatever was going on before I got there was going to be neutralized a little bit by the love that I could project with my consciousness, my thought, my will, my mind, my intention. I put my attention on the intention of sending love ahead. That doesn't mean, so that's how you could be at two places in one time. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to deconstruct the body, and although that's a possible thing too, but that's not where we are today. We're just talking about anywhere you place your thought, you can place love as quickly, and you can just set it there. Set and forget, as I say, like I place love and I'm sending a steady stream. That, I think that's what Einstein was talking about with, the tree with many branches. We are the tree trunk of consciousness, of love, and the many branches are the simultaneous thoughts we could think and send love in all those different directions at once. Yeah, there's no such thing as time, but space and time. When we start to measure space and distance, it creates the element of time. But there's a way that you can do it instantaneous, simultaneous, at once. And one of the things I used to love in algebra was when I realized they couldn't define a straight line. It's infinite. The possibilities are infinite. I thought a straight line is a straight spine. That's meditation. We can perceive the infinite when we are straight in alignment, directing through our third eye. The willingness to participate with God at its purest level, getting away from these smaller things that remove us. I think, but I am not the thought. I feel, but I am not the feeling. I will, but I am not the will. That's Yogananda. I think, but I am not the thought. I feel, but I am not the feeling. I will, but I am not the will. We are the things that power all of that. And when we connect ourselves in meditation, that's how it works. I was thinking about a time maybe you've had an experience like this. I used to love to go out in the yard of the house I grew up in and sing in the trees. I would get into a cherry tree or an apple tree or this swing set that was beside the cherry tree. And I would spend the entire afternoon out there singing and singing and singing to fill the sky. I couldn't tell if the music was coming from inside of me or from outside. And then I realized it was both. And I was in the middle of a simultaneous thing. It's beyond 4 dimensions, 5 dimensions. It's a sequence that it happens even faster than at once. We're not really here. When we vibrate fast enough, we're hardly even visible. But beyond that, our consciousness is everywhere at once. And I remember I was outside just feeling this expanded nature of myself. I wasn't out of my body. In fact, I was never more present in it than I was in that moment. I was singing, my cells were alive. There was a harmonious vibrational quality to my being. I just felt more alive than ever. And that's what singing would do for me. It still does. But I remember coming in through the basement of our home. I needed to go upstairs. My mom called us for lunch or something. And I remember running into the house really fast. And as soon as I crossed from the threshold from being outside to inside the house, I stopped because I became very, very aware that none of this was real. It was such a shift from all of this to this tiny little slice of it in the house that I grew up in as me. I had the clear realization that I was just playing a part in the words I had at the time were just, I'm in a movie. This is a really long movie, and this is who I am in the movie. But this isn't real. I was more real a moment ago when I was everywhere and at one with everything. So I invite you this Memorial Day to cultivate a practice that allows you to create more space around the things that you think you are, and invite in and allow in the more of the realization of what you truly are. And it's found in passion. I was talking with a friend over the weekend. I like to go for long walks, and I either just contemplate while I'm walking or I take the opportunity to connect with friends. And I was having a conversation, and it hit me that we've heard this before, but where our passion is the path. Our passion is the path to remembering, because that's what's going to light us up. So whatever it is that we might have let go of, I invite you to invite it back into your life, even if it's for an hour a week or a few hours a week. If it's not the path of silent meditation, something that inspires you and that just makes you feel good, that you do for no other reason, but it feels like playing and it makes you feel alive. Because that's closer to remembering who you truly are, who I truly am. And then you'll start to find it and see it everywhere. All you need is, like I say, that pinprick to the waterfall, just that threading the eye of the needle. If you find the tiniest thing and you can allow yourself to go into that, a whole new world, like through the looking glass, a whole new world opens up. This portal of consciousness, these stars that have burned out, the black holes, the people who have left us in this planet and created a space for us to step through and remember them. We call to our heart's mind this Memorial Day all those who have gone before us in robes of light. They're ever with us in that intangible space of spirit. But may they become alive in our beings again. And to remember that everywhere we are, it doesn't have to be place specific to be space realized. It doesn't have to be place specific to be space realized. Everywhere we are is sacred ground. Every place we are is sacred ground, because that instant that becomes infinite is possible always. It is us who have to just remember to create the space, let go of the little I, who we think we are, and just step into a space of, I don't know. I know what I've seen before. I know what I've read about. But inviting ourselves allowing ourselves the opportunity to just ultimate freedom in the awakening of who and what we are. So who we are and what we are in space is cosmic intelligence, allowing for a greater awareness, a greater participation to the degree that we can open to fill ourselves with love. Mondays we introduce new meditations every Monday night. And tomorrow Natalia is going to introduce one too that'll probably be around space and learning how to create and expand our awareness to this greater idea of what we are and what we can encompass in these beautiful human forms in ways that we hold space. I remember a while back I was on tour in Texas, and I heard a speaker say, nature abhors a vacuum. I'm not going to tell you what I thought she said, because I was like, what did she just say? Nature abhors a vacuum. That means there is no such thing as, wherever there is space, nature creates something from it. So ponder that this week. If there's a crack in the sidewalk, nature fills it in with weeds, sometimes beautiful flowers, sometimes a whole tree grows on the side of a mountaintop. Nature abhors a vacuum. Create space and allow your participation, co-creation with nature and with the source of who you are to grow a new tree of consciousness with the branches extending out, open and defenseless against the sky and the elements, and sending love in all directions at once. As you remember this Memorial Day, that you are on sacred ground, and wherever you are, creating a space for allowing greater love to manifest in all its beauty. Enjoy this song called Sacred Ground.
I planted the words you said. They blossomed in brilliant reds, reminders of what's ahead, the shape we might take. Uprooted my fears like weeds, fences I do not need. I walked with my tender feet over sacred ground, in the roots and stems, the blooms and ash of my backyard. I see how letting go of where we've been, I discover where we are. Beneath the layer of grass, the questions we dare to ask, the answers that help us pass to a place unknown. It's all about faith. It's all about trust. It's all about believing that there's more there for all of us. And how we love, 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 how we love. I planted the words you said. They blossomed in brilliant reds, reminders of what's ahead, the shape we might take. Uprooted my fears like weeds, the fences I do not need. Walked with my tender feet over sacred ground. Every day, with every step, I am walking on sacred ground. Oh, every day, with every step, I am walking on sacred ground. Oh, sacred ground. We are walking on sacred ground. We are walking on sacred ground. We are walking on sacred ground. We
always remember that we are walking on sacred ground. I'm just taking this deep into prayer for a moment. Oh, infinite divine beloved, we open up and allow for a space to be created in every cell of our being, our holographic diamond mine, as Rumi would put it. May the facets of ourselves sparkle with divine light, teeming with life force, that we may energize and awaken all those who come anywhere close to us. May the harmonious melody of awakening ride on our voice. May we sing from our hearts the song of truth, capital T truth, which is love and allowing. May we remember those who have opened up the seeming black hole of consciousness in us. Maybe they left this planet, they left their form into the formless, and into the formless we go while in form, without leaving our bodies at all. We stay firmly rooted and grounded on beautiful planet Earth, pulling up light through our feet into our beings and allowing it to just circulate through us as we open. We are a global community which is conscious. We are open at the heart. May we co-create with infinite source at all times. Guide our thoughts, our speech, and our actions. May we remember our immortality. I am changeless. I am infinite. I am not a little mortal being with bones to break and a body that will perish. I am deathless, changeless, infinite. Om. Amen. Thank you for joining us this morning for SoulCall Sunday. I want to thank so many of you who are finding us and at soulcallglobal.org. We welcome your donations. We are in the process of creating some excellent content for classes and the videos Natalia puts together. Your contributions help us to maintain and expand our global presence. And we're hearing from people from all over the world now, many different countries. But as we receive your donations, we just put them back into creating more opportunities for us to connect with each other and raise the vibration of love. So no amount is too big or too small. We want you to know we graciously accept and say thank you for saying yes. Your dollars say yes to conscious community open at the heart. So thank you for that. And I want to say thank you for those of you who are reaching out to allow us to pray with you, for you. Prayers at soulcallglobal.org. Please know that we are here. We're real humans. And we love to hear from you. And we really love to pray with you. If you need us, we are here. So thank you for that. This week, starting on June 2nd, because it's the first and third Mondays and Wednesdays of each month, Writing as a Path to Awakening. The summer session with Reverend Christy Hardwick begins Wednesday, June 2nd for the Wednesday night class. And there's a special Women of Color writing workshop that begins on Mondays and Wednesdays. Sign up at soulcallglobal.org under the classes and events. And man, there's a testimonial floating around. You'll see it on our website of the people that were in the class. We had a very successful story slam this past week. It was amazing. And so it was people all of us who felt like we couldn't write or didn't know how to write, or I'm not a writer, or this class is for you. SoulCall believes that each one of us has an expression. We all have a gift to share, and we all belong. We really want to hear from you. It was a fantastic night of sharing. And so this next phase through the summer is beginning, and can't wait. And then coming up in July, I'm not sure if we've got the graphic for this one yet, but Kara Armstrong is going to be offering a poetry workshop. She is a master poet. This is part of our masterclass series, these writing classes with Reverend Christy and Kara. You'll find out more on the website about that one coming up. And then June 27th, we are so excited for our Art in the Park, SoulCall Art in the Park Sunday, June 27th at Thompson Park North in the Thompson North Shelter in Upper Arlington here, Ohio. Starts at 10 o'clock. We're going to do the live stream from the park. So you'll be with us while we are there. And then right after that, we're going to have Qigong in the park and then an art project with Eric Rausch, Kathy Rausch, Carol Witt are going to be joining us, helping you create ceramic tiles as a project and stone painting if you don't have time to do the tiles. But you could sign up for the workshop portion of Art in the Park, the ceramic tile painting at soulcallglobal.org/classes and events. And join us this Wednesday. Eric Rausch is my guest. He's a master parter, bachelor's of fine arts and ceramics, amazing inspired master of that medium. This Wednesday morning of Wake Up with the Consciousness Cafe. And then tomorrow, join us Monday nights, every Monday for Meditation Mondays. And we start at 8 p.m. Eastern. You have to go to the website under events and classes, soulcallglobal.org, and click to register so that we can let you into the Zoom room. But it's group silent meditation. And we are getting really, it's just such lovely feedback from the experiences people are having from meditating in a group. It's a way to really get deep. That collective consciousness helps us get deep and still and feel more of that expanded nature of our being and the bliss of God contact. That's ultimately what it's about. So join us tomorrow night. And then, of course, today from 11 to 11:30, we've got our Soul Call Sunday Rewind. Join us at 11 o'clock. Just go to the website, get the link, and come on in and join us. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I always do, even though I write them down. What else? Anything else, Natalia? I don't think so. Yes, backyard medicine. Thank you. With Faye Birch. So she started the class, and this Tuesday is the last of the first session. But if you want to drop in, go to the website, Events and Classes, Backyard Medicine with Faye Birch. People who are in that class are blown away by the wisdom of Faye. Like, she's one of these people that didn't just study it in school. She's been living it for the past, 50 years of her life. And the wisdom gleaned from Faye is incredible. So if you want to drop in this week, you can do that with a donation. It's a sliding scale when you go to register. Suggested donation is $99 for 4 weeks. But if you just wanted to come in for 1 week, make an appropriate donation for the hour. And then we're going to start another session of those. There'll be a new page up after this next week, starting with another 4-week class with Faye. And she's so excited about it. It's really awesome. So hope to see you sometime this week. And so I want to say thank you to Natalia for helping co-produce Sunday. Thank you to all of you for sharing us with your friends. Please share the newsletter. If you're not already receiving the newsletter, please sign up to get it. Sign up for our YouTube channel and ask your friends to subscribe as well. Just creating conscious global community open at the heart. So thank you again for joining us this morning. Have a safe weekend, and know wherever you are on the planet, you are loved. Peace and blessings.
One family, one people, one planet, one